Welcome to Conversations Below the Surface, the CBS Podcast Shorts. I am your host, Marcus Gentry, and we hope you enjoy this episode. Have you ever been talking with someone and at some point in the conversation, they say to you, I'm not going to be going back and forth with you. Or you say to them, I'm not going to be going back and forth with you. Well, can we pause at that for just a minute and explore it just a little bit? I mean, when you think about it, back and forth is the way people actually communicate. One person shares their thought and the other one responds back, because otherwise it's just a dictatorship and one person tells or gives command or directions or instructions, and like a lecture or briefing or something. It's not really communication, and it's definitely not connection, and we seem to have lost our ability to communicate well and connect with other people. Because typically when you're having a good conversation, it is a process of going back and forth. But we've gotten out of the habit of it because we talk to Siri and Alexa and the GPS and other systems like that. And you don't have to hear the thoughts of the device, do you? You just say what's on your mind or ask whatever you need to ask, and it's pretty much it. It's not an ongoing process. And so we are losing that ability. We're losing the desire. We're losing that skill of communication that requires going back and forth. That's when things are good, but especially when you're on different sides of an issue and you have different opinions and thoughts. It's about going back and forth in some cases. And that doesn't mean that it has to be in an argument. It doesn't have to be contentious. And some people feel that when they have to repeat an idea or repeat a thought, that's outside of the realm of what's supposed to be effective communication. But that actually is a part of it. Maybe negotiation is going to be involved in trying to resolve a matter. And this can be with anyone. It can be with family. It can be with people in business. It can be with friends. It can be with complete strangers. But the process of communicating and connecting has to do with speaking and being able to listen and to go back and forth and respond and know the difference between healthy communication and communication that's not progressing towards connection. But what examples did you have coming up? Did you see examples of good communication and healthy exchange going back and forth when you were a child growing up? Is that what you saw? Did you grow up with that? What were the experiences of the person who you're in a relationship with now? How did they experience communication and connection when they were growing up? Because a lot of the habits that we practice right now are practices and habits that are subconscious, that come from examples that we saw and we learned as children, and we still practice them today, even if they may not be the healthiest of examples. That's why it's important, once again, just to be mindful of how you talk to people and how you listen, how you respond, because going back and forth is, in many cases, exactly what's needed to happen to build understanding and to build better connection. Thank you for listening to this CBS Podcast Short. If you would like to hear more on this topic, please email me at respect@marcusgentry.com. And don't forget to check back for new episodes.